Hi guys, this is week 28 Project Life and I am still making my way through the August Citrus Twist Kits Pocket Life Kit. So I've started with my photos and I've just added in a 4x6 piece of paper that I had already used in a previous week. And now I'm just going through some of the 3x4 cards and adding them in. I am going to add a 3x4 card to my top right hand photo because I really liked the journaling card and didn't have a spot for it this week. And for my title card, I contemplated using some of the pattern paper, but none of it was really the right colour, and I really wanted to use that wee scrap there, so I just added some white card from my stash, and this is essentially what this week is going to look like. So I'm just starting by, as usual, trimming down some of these cards so they fit in these weird shaped page protectors. I only have to cut down like every second one, so it's not too bad, but some of these 4x6s don't really fit either, so I'm just trimming a tiny bit off them as well. So because my photos were lots of black and white, this is like in the middle of winter, it was dark, it's cold, so a lot of my photos I have edited to be black and white, and the only other ones just had tiny pops of teal and blue in them, so I decided that that was the colour scheme I was going to go for this week. And by happy coincidence, that really cute quote card happened to be the right colour, so it all worked out very well. Just going through some of the die cut pieces and picking out ones that I think might work. Just adding little words, and a couple of those I did flip over because I just needed wee sort of, not really journaling spots, but places to do stamping or whatnot, so I'm going to use the back of some of them just to make sure I use them up. For my title card, I'm going to stick down that strip of paper onto the 4x6 card just to add a little bit of colour to it. I wondered about adding a second piece, but none of them really worked, so I'm going to leave it as is, I think. I was going to chop into that pencil journaling card, but I really want to leave it whole. Grabbed one of the labels from the cut apart sheet, and I'm going to stick that on because that's where I'm going to do my date stamping. And again, because there were no alphas in this month's kit, I'm using the Citrus Twist Kits alpha stamp. I really love these, and they work perfectly in these months where you don't get an alpha. They are the perfect size for Project Life. So I am just going to stamp out week 28 and just in black ink. But I'm doing it vertically this week, just along the side of the paper scrap that I had, just to add a bit of visual interest. And then under that title, I'm going to add one of the stamps from the kit stamp set, which says enjoy the journey. And then all I've got left to do is add in my date stamp. And I just wanted to work out whether I could fit the year in as well, and I can. It's a bit squishy, but it'll do. And do my little heart, which I'm really struggling with. That gel pen, it was just giving me a whole pile of jip today. This journaling card on this photo, I don't want it to go all the way to the bottom, so I'm using one of my border punches just to add a bit of interest to it. And I'm just going to stick that down, which was my mistake, because what I wanted to do was add some typed journaling. So I gave it a nudge and running it through the typewriter, and it seemed to work fine, so that was good, except my journaling wasn't really centered in the card, and so I've got this big space at the bottom I'm not sure what I'm going to do with. I'm just going to leave it for now. And add a couple of these chipboard pieces, and that's when I figure I'll put some of these chipboard crosses on here, and rather than centered it like I had sort of thought I might do, I'll sort of offset them onto the photo, and it just adds a bit more balance to that top heavy card. This little die cut heart I want to add to the quote card, and I don't have any foam dots left, so I found some foam and cut the tiniest little scrap of that to put under there, which made it slightly difficult to stick down. And I'm just cutting a banner end into this piece here. I didn't love the ticket shape when you didn't see the ticket printing, and this is when I finally give up and throw out that gel pen and grab another one because it almost ruined that piece. So I'm just adding a few doodly lines just to make it look like it was purposeful. And then I can stamp in another stamp from the stamp set, and then I'm going to add my chipboard piece to this, which probably was a mistake, but I was trying to line them up so they were centered, like both straight, and it clearly isn't, so I had to peel it off, which of course peeled off the whole sticker, so then I had to give it another go with just the tape runner. It was all a bit messy, to be honest. Then I can stick that down eventually. And just add in this other little die cut too. I'm not adding much sort of journaling or much embellishment to this week really at all. Just wanted to keep it simple. This one here, I wanted to type out snow day on there, so I'm just going to stick that down onto a piece of scrap paper, run it through my typewriter, and then I can pull it off and stick it back down. Except that I hadn't stuck the photo down first. So did that, stuck that down, added the die cut on top, and then just working out where I'm going to put this little chipboard piece, and I think I'm going to put it on the left. I've just cut my nails, so I struggled so badly peeling these chipboard stickers, it was ridiculous. Cutting down this frame and just adding a photo underneath. I just really like the frame. It's got no other purpose apart from to just hold a little bit of stamped journaling. So I'm just partially stamping the stamp so I can fit it under 2 lines rather than all the way across. And now, just because it feels a little plain to me, I'm going to add some stitching to a few of these cards. So some of them I've just run some lines around it, and that 3x4 one I stitched all the way around it. And that is this week all done. This cooler colour scheme is perfect for this week of winter. It's just been so freezing and dark, so I'll be so happy when spring arrives. If you want to keep watching, there's a couple more videos on screen. Don't forget to subscribe to my channel if you haven't already, and I'll see you next time. Bye!